Military base in Djibouti. The small East African country already hosts troops from several foreign powers. RT's Emily Su now explaining why it's of vital strategic importance.
Djibouti, a small country in the Horn of Africa that often slips through the mainstream international media's radar. But this week, it made it to the global spotlight. And here's why. Two Chinese Navy warships left the port of Zhangjiang on Tuesday to launch Beijing's first ever overseas military base in Djibouti. But out of all places in the world, why Djibouti? Well, for starters, the tiny African country provides access through the Red Sea to the Suez Canal, one of the busiest shipping routes in the world. Another key aspect of Djibouti's location is its proximity to potential crisis areas, namely Yemen, where Saudi Arabia is fighting Houthi rebels in an ongoing civil war, and Somalia, a stronghold for the al-Qaeda-linked militant group Al-Shabaab. So, what's in it for China? Officially, it's to boost the thousands of troops and millions of dollars Beijing has poured in to assist the UN's peacekeeping efforts in Africa.
The base will help China to better fulfill its international obligation in Somali waters, such as carrying out escort missions and providing humanitarian aid. It will also benefit Djibouti in social and economic development and enable China to make further contribution in safeguarding peace and stability in Africa and the world.
The base also helps secure China's vast economic interests in Africa, with Beijing investing in so many key infrastructure projects throughout the continent. That is why China is joining the crowd of global powers already operating in Djibouti. Washington's built its biggest 4,000-strong base on the continent, as you can see marked in blue here on the map. France has 1,900 troops there. 600 Japanese Marines are stationed nearby. And Saudi Arabia is also building a base in the tiny East African state. With all these different countries flexing their military muscles almost literally side by side, is Djibouti becoming the next playground for the world's leading powers?
The Chinese, they view that it is one day, if there will be a contradiction between them and United States, one day the contradiction between them and United States will turn into a hot contradiction, and they are positioning themselves because of that they came to Djibouti. United States also is pushing Japan to rearm itself and so on. Normally the Japanese constitution doesn't allow the Japanese troops have to go out of Japan, but also it is dangerous for the region. It militarizes also the region. But each of them, they are thinking from their national interest to project their power, to project their interest in the region.
There you have it. That's how Djibouti transformed from a tiny African nation that hardly anyone talks about to one of the